Hello everybody and welcome to Car Confections. Today we are standing out here in Lexington, Kentucky in the nighttime, and you know what that means? That means we're going to be doing a night review of the vehicle sitting behind me. This is the 2022 all-new Lexus NX 350, and this is the F-Sport variant. And I know this is a very popular vehicle in a very popular segment, so what we're going to do tonight is take a look at this vehicle at nighttime, see what it looks like if you're going to own this vehicle, take a look at the exterior lighting as well as the interior lighting. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, so we'll start it out by what does it do when you walk up to the vehicle. So when you get close to it after it is locked up, you will notice that we do have some LED lighting behind the front door handles. Not on all four, but just the front door handles will illuminate, so that's a pretty nice touch, although I am noticing we don't have any puddle lamps or anything like that. Now, if we unlock the vehicle, you'll see that we do have some accent lighting come on, so that's definitely a nice touch, and we do also have the taillights that come on as well. So if you want something a little fancier when you're coming up to it, you'll have to push the unlock button on the key fob. Now when we open up the door, the mirrors would typically fold out if the vehicle was locked up, and as you can see, we do have a little bit of an animation going on here that says welcome, so that's a nice touch. And let's go ahead and start it up and see what it looks like on the outside. Now if you notice, the headlights did go ahead and bounce up and down. I'll show that on the inside when we start it back up, but that is a nice touch since they are adaptive. But let's go ahead and check out the outside. Now this NX is definitely very eye-catching in the daytime, and that's also really going to carry through into the nighttime. This particular model has the red line exterior paint, which is probably one of the brightest reds I've ever seen, and you can definitely see that at nighttime as well. Now, breaking down some of our elements that are going on, we do have a fully blacked out grille. There's not going to be any accenting or anything going on here at night or illumination, as you would expect out of anything in this segment, but your illumination is going to come via these headlights off to the side. Now, these are the premium triple beam LED headlights. They are also adaptive, as you heard me talk about earlier, so they do have some adaptive abilities. They also have cornering lamps since they are the premium versions. We have the newest Arrowhead daytime running light, an LED turn signal indicator up top. We're also going to have headlamp washers, which is a nice touch, and we do also have fog lights. I don't have those on right now, but the cornering light is also integrated within that fog light module. Now for our mirrors and their technology, this is a really nice mirror design. We do have LED turn signal indicators, blind spot monitoring. We're also going to have driver's side auto dimming. Not passenger side though, so that is something worth noting. They're also power folding as well. Now coming around to the rear design, of course it's going to have an all-new design since it is all new this year, and boy does this look cool at nighttime. I really love the way this looks. So we have these taillights that are going to be, of course, the main eye catcher at night. So they are full-length LED taillights. They have the LED accenting that goes all the way across the entire back, and these taillights have a lot of three-dimensional designs that you can really notice even better at nighttime than in the daytime. So every element in here is LED. We have LED brake light, amber LED turn signal, and all the accenting is LED too. We have LED license plate lighting, which finishes off the premium touch. No exposed exhaust outlets on any of the NX models. And then we're also going to have a hands-free tailgate. It probably won't let me do it because we are have the vehicle powered on, but I'll just go ahead and pop open the cargo department for you. Now I've got the vehicle powered off, so I will just use the kick function under the tailgate. It is actually a really sensitive system. I've had very good luck with it over the past week that we've been testing this out. Now, the cargo space itself, you can check out those figures in our full review where we cover all the different numbers and metrics. It is a little bit smaller than a lot of its main competition. However, as you can see, Lexus has done a good job of illuminating stuff back here in the cargo department. We have LED illumination on both the sides, which really kind of flows down and makes sure that everything in the cargo department is well illuminated. So that's certainly a nice touch. We also have, some extra storage space up under the floor, which you won't be able to see, of course, at nighttime, but it actually is quite a bit of space. But guys, you're going to be spending all your time on the inside, so let's go ahead and check that out. All right, guys, so let's hop on to this interior. As you can see, we do have that animation I was talking about earlier here in the gauge cluster. It does show a nice NX. It has a little bit of lag to it, but overall it's a really good welcome animation. I like to see that. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Now, when you fire it up, you're going to have lots of animations, one of which is going to be on this gigantic 14-inch display that this NX model has. This is a fantastic display. I'll talk about this in just a second. Also, it does another animation here in the gauge cluster as well as in your head-up display. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at those things. All right, so let's start from the top and work our way down. Now, as you can see, we do have the LED headlights going on up here. We are in a parking lot, so we do have some LED illumination going on just from the street lights, but overall you can see that these are definitely very bright LED headlamps. I've driven this car pretty extensively at nighttime, and they are definitely very bright. Now we'll turn on those high beams. As you can see, it goes all the way up there, illuminating it. So certainly nothing to worry about in terms of the bright LEDs. Definitely has some good ones. They're also going to be auto high beams, as you would expect. Now, let's check out this. This is your head-up display, and I think this is one of my favorite elements about this all-new NX is the head-up display. This is one of the best head-up displays I've used in any vehicle. It is really fantastic. Now, what makes it so good is that you do have these controls here on the steering wheel, and it actually mirrors that on the head-up display. So if we can get the camera to focus up here again, it's touch capacitive. I'm not actually pushing anything, but it's tracking my finger, and that allows you to do various audio functions as well as more functions here on this side for your safety systems as well as like your adaptive cruise control. Of course, this looks really cool at nighttime, and there is a lot of information going on up there. Coming back, we do have a digital gauge cluster on this model. It's not going to be super configurable, but it is nicely digital. I like the design of it, and you can also have different designs when you switch into the different drive modes. You see there's sport mode right there. Now coming back, we do have a really nice Lexus steering wheel. This is going to be their newest design steering wheel. It's nicely leather wrapped. We have some perforation along the outside edges. All of this area is going to be illuminated. All of your buttons are. Now if you notice down here at the floor, you will notice that we have footwell lamps. So that's certainly a nice touch. I'm not sure if you can change the color on these, but I really like the blue. They make my white shoes look pretty cool. So that's a nice touch. Over here on the side, this is going to be your ambient lighting up underneath of the trim piece here, and that's going to be for the doors. So on all of the doors you will notice that. Even in the back you will have that feature. However, I would like to see some ambient lighting maybe thrown in on the dashboard. That's going to be the only ambient lighting that you're going to get, and that is actually an option on the NX. Now over here on the side, you will notice a few more controls. They're all well illuminated. Here's your mirror controls as well as your window switches. Those are also well illuminated. And then your door handles right here, it's also well illuminated as well, although it might be a little confusing for people if they're looking for a traditional door handle. Now, coming here to the center console, we do have the two-part opening design. I know you really can't see anything right now because it's very dark. As you can see, we have one little light bulb in there that illuminates just a little bit of what's inside, so you might be able to see a little bit of what you have in there. Now up in front of that, we do have some cup holders. No ambient lighting going on here. However, we do have some lighting going on underneath of the wireless phone charging pad. As you see, it kind of traces the perimeter here, so that's cool. We also have the USB ports. Here's your drive mode controller. And then as far as your shifter is concerned, we do have an electronic shifter. Once again, if you want to learn more about this, we have a full review on our channel, but we'll go ahead and kick it back to drive. You have to bump it to the left and then up for reverse, so that's a little bit more complicated than I think it needs to be. However, guys, check this out. This is your rear view camera at nighttime. Check out the resolution. This is absolutely incredible resolution. As you can see, it's also a 360 setup. It goes across pretty much the entire 14-inch display. So if you hit something backing up with this, I think it's pretty much going to be your own fault. This is basically a TV screen with all of your different camera angles. So please don't hit anything in this NX. It also has parking sensors in both the front and the rear as well. We do have some more red leather going through here. That takes us up to our climate controls, which do take up the bottom portion of the 14-inch display. We do have physical controls for the actual temperature, so that's definitely a nice touch, and it just has a very premium feel to it. Here are your vented seat controls, your heated seat controls, heated steering wheel. All of that functions automatically, so you don't really have to fiddle with that unless you want to turn it off. So really, I've been very pleasantly surprised with just how all this works together. Like I said, this is a 14-inch display. This is running wireless Apple CarPlay right now. As you can see, it's connected to Drew's phone. Wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto are included, so that's certainly a nice touch, and they do take up that vast majority of the 14-inch display, so it really is impressive to see resolution like this, as well as as large of a display as this in a vehicle in this category. Coming up, we have an auto-dimming mirror. We also have HomeLink garage door openers. If we look up at the top panel, we do have some illumination here. It is touch capacitive LED, certainly nice. And we're also going to have a panoramic moonroof. All right, guys, hopping into the rear area. This is going to be very brief. There's not a lot of lighting going on back here. As I mentioned earlier, we have the lighting on the door trim, just the one ambient lighting piece, and then we do also have an illuminated door handle. But other than that, there's not going to be any lighting back here besides for the center dome light that we can flip on right here that is super bright, that will illuminate anything you need to see. But as far as just like ambient lighting in general, you're not going to find anything like that back here. You do have your vents as well as some charging ports down at the bottom. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed this little sample of what the all-new 2022 Lexus NX looks like at nighttime. I know for a lot of you guys, you see our daytime reviews and are curious about what does this car look like at nighttime, so I hope this was beneficial to you. And if you're looking to buy this car, you can see what it's like to own it. Now, as far as our other full review, we do have a lot more details in that, so please follow the link in the description to that video, or just click on our channel. I'm sure you'll be able to find it there. We have a lot more automotive content on there as well. Also, follow us on TikTok and Instagram, and we'll catch you next time as we sample more of the latest automotive delicacies.